Hey everybody, welcome back to Seeking Gamma. It's Brenda and Crystal. We're having fun tonight. You may notice I have two headbands on. We're doing a test between Muse and Flow Time, so hopefully they'll both stay connected during the meditation. And again, we're going to create a meditation, use AI to analyze the results that we get through our headbands. But tonight we have something special. Crystal wants to show us exactly how she does this when she creates her meditations and creates the music. So she's going to show us a little bit behind the scenes, behind that curtain, what goes on at Seeking Gamma. So hopefully you're interested in learning a little bit about how she does it. I certainly am. And maybe you can try it at home for yourself. So again, we don't make money on this. This is not something that we're
We're
not
not
professionals.
influencers. We're
We're not
we're not Kardashians. We're not selling things.
We're just having fun, and
Yeah.
we hope that you have fun too. And we try different meditations and see what different results we get for our brain waves. The point is that we're trying to seek gamma. We're trying to get to those gamma waves, those brilliant insights um, and thoughts, creative thoughts, connecting to our higher selves or whatever you believe in God or creation theory. Who knows? But Crystal's going to show us a bunch tonight. I'm excited for this more educational um, episode of Seeking Gamma, and I'll turn it over to you, Crystal.
All right. So I'm super excited about tonight. And so when I create, I'm gonna just say a couple things. So, number one is what I have found personally is that when I can have the meditation in my own voice, like it's super powerful. So one of my favorite meditations we've done is the volcano meditation. Like there's a little bit of jankiness in the audio with it because there's like some words that were a little too fast that I didn't fix, that I could have fixed, but I just didn't invest the time in it. Um, but for me, like hearing that in my own voice is super powerful. So when Brenda was here in Phoenix with staying with me, we got a recording of her voice. So we're going to use her voice today. And so what I'm going to show you is kind of the tools that I use to create these meditations, to create AI generated music, and to create transcripts using AI, which is, it's not a perfect process. It's a collaborative process. And so I'm hoping that by showing you what we're doing, that you can be able to do this yourself. And the tools that I'm using are really inexpensive. Some of them are freemium plans. So if you sign up for Claude, they've got a free plan. You can use it themselves. We use Elevenlabs for the voice. And with Elevenlabs, they've got like a $5 plan, so it's not expensive. Suno is like a Suno.ai, which we'll use for creating music, is like a $10 plan, but I think they've got some free stuff as well. And so anyways, I'm super excited. And so today, what we're going to work on, so the design of the meditation is I am reading a book on remote viewing. So, remote viewing is the ability to connect to other people and places and different times in history or now, and be able to observe things. It's a military science. They've got scientists studying this. So I don't know if I have no predispositions that I can remote view at this point in time. I have no predispositions to having any sort of psychic ability at all. I have zeros. I've never claimed to have any psychic ability and have never said, "Oh, I have this psychic moment." So I have no new age claims of any powers at all. But what I would say is that, the idea, so what's the thing that struck me about this book was really being able to, what they talk about is connecting to your subconscious, right? And so the book that I'm reading, they talk about your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. And when I went to the Vipassana retreat, where you were silent for 9 days straight, the thing that I noticed about that experience was my mind was constantly talking. And it's constantly talking in English because that's the language I know. And um, so what this book talked about was the fact that your subconscious speaks in another language, and your subconscious powers 99% of your person, right? So there's like old psychologists who call your subconscious brain your unconscious brain, which is actually a misnomer, right? So your subconscious brain is working 100% of the time. That's the thing that's keeping your heart beating. It's renewing your cells. It's doing all of the things to maintain your body. If a noise happens in your house, it's the thing that wakes you up and says, get out because there's danger, right? So, so anyways, with, um, so really kind of the meditation I want to create is connecting to subconscious mind, and what they talk about is increasing psychic ability. Again, I have no claims to any psychic powers. But what they say is your psychic abilities and intuition exist in the right side of your brain. So your left side of your brain is kind of logic, math, reading, writing, science stuff, analysis. And I'm very left brain because that's I work in technology, and that is the brain that I've built over my almost 30 years in technology. Um,
Right.
and then your right brain is your creative, intuition, artistic, psychic, all of those things. And so
Mhm.
for today's meditation, I want to like explore, I want to explore the right brain, and I want to explore connecting to my subconscious. And so that's the meditation that I want to create today.
Cool. That
All right.
sounds great.
Okay, well, let us get started. So let me share my screen, and we'll go to
Yeah,
this.
that moving from that programmer brain on the left side to that creative, intuitive on the right side.
Well, and we have two sides of the brain. We should be using both, right?
Exactly.
Well, I would say that I am creative. I'm just not artistic, is what I would say. So, all right. So let's ask. So we're gonna go create our meditation. So let's ask Claude. So to create a meditation transcript that uh, focuses on increasing the powers in the right brain. So uh, specifically, uh, I'm going to ask for creativity, even though I'm very creative already. I'm more creative than what I can execute on. So that's actually a problem in my life. Um, but actually,
What about intuition?
well, I do want to do intuition. Let's start with that. Specifically,
Okay.
intuition, psychic abilities. Um, and I'm going to call it focused creativity because I want to narrow it down because, I could divine solutions that solve world hunger, but I have no power, money, or influence to solve those things, right? And so, all right,
Not
so
yet.
not yet, not today. So, uh, creativity, specifically around things that I can control in my life, um, and not around things that I have no Control. All right.
What about the remote viewing part?
Well, so for remote viewing, there's a whole process around it. So I haven't even gotten to the class on the remote viewing part.
Okay.
It's just focused on today. It's like, how do you communicate? What's the channel to communicate between your conscious and subconscious? And in the book that I'm reading, what they talk about is using symbols as a way to communicate between your conscious and subconscious mind. So your subconscious mind will have your body draw a symbol that means something that to your conscious mind, and that's the way that you communicate. So I'm still learning how to do that. So I'm not quite ready to do that in this meditation. Um, but maybe we could add some maybe predispositions to um like being able to envision symbols and making it easier for the two sides to communicate. So
Okay.
maybe that's how we approach it. So, all right.
Sounds good.
So let me give it some context so it knows what we're going for. So a book on remote viewing, and I want and in the book, it talks about how use um, writing symbols that they call it gestalts is what they call it. So a gestalt is kind of a symbol of a thing. So it's kind of like the hieroglyphics of old, right? So or like what I would say the modern equivalent is Japanese language. So if you know anything about Japanese, there's like hundreds of characters that like
Right.
that are very nuanced, where like a little dash in this symbol actually means something different. And so it's a very sophisticated language that I can't I would like to learn one day. So
Yeah. It's got every little dash and dot or squiggle um means something different. It's like shorthand.
right.
You can't just copy it and read it. You got to know how.
All right. So let me change this a little bit. Uh you can write symbols. Let's see, write symbols that are used to communicate between your subconscious and conscious mind. In the meditation, I want to make it easier, if I can type, easier to identify those symbols and make it faster to communicate between different parts of my mind. All right, so let's give it some more direction. So want to create a meditation that is about 15 minutes long. Oh, actually, meditation transcript, about 15 minutes long. Let's see, is there anything else that we should add to this? So, mhm.
Do you just want to make it easier to identify those symbols?
Um, well, I want to make it both where it's focused on increasing the powers of the right brain. So I think it's going to capture both, but that's actually an interesting question if it identifies both nuances. So what I would say is let's uh, put in the prompt as it is, unless we have some other data points that we want to do, and see what it says. And if it's just focuses on kind of this communication channel, or if it focuses on kind of intuition, psychic abilities, and focused creativity. So does that sound
Okay.
good? Okay.
Sure. Let's try it. We
Okay.
can tweak it later.
We can totally tweak it. That's what's awesome about this. So,
Yeah.
all right. All right. Let's see. I'm going to move our photo so it's over on the left.
So did you just highlight the first paragraph?
No, I didn't highlight anything.
You entered the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so on the left-hand side is kind of the rules of what it did. And then on the right-hand side, they call it an artifact, is what this thing on the right-hand side is called. So it
Mm-hmm.
created an artifact with the actual meditation. So, all right, begin by finding it. Let's take a look at this. Deep breath through your nose, exhale slowly. Each breath, feel yourself becoming more relaxed and centered as you continue breathing naturally. Oh, this so this will be a good test. So I can use my non-AI voice and see how it sounds. All right. As you
Yeah.
continue breathing naturally, imagine a soft violet light, not violent light, surround your head.
We're nonviolent here.
We're 100% against violence, except in self-defense. Yeah. Violet light surrounding your head, particularly concentrated around the right side of your brain. This healing light nurtures and awakens your intuitive centers. Now visualize a blank canvas floating in front of your mind's eye. This is your personal space for symbolic communication. As you observe this canvas, notice how, okay, so it did actually, so the second paragraph actually highlighted the symbolic communication aspects.
Yeah.
You observe this canvas, notice how the symbol begin to emerge naturally. They may be geometric shapes, abstract patterns, or images that hold personal meaning for you. Um, all right, these symbols are the language of your subconscious mind already present within you. There's no need to create them. Simply allow them to reveal themselves. Some might appear clear and bold, others subtle and fleeting. All are valid expressions of your inner wisdom. Focus now on the space between your thoughts, the quiet realm where intuition speaks. In this space, notice how certain symbols feel more significant than others. These are your personal signposts, your unique vocabulary for communicating with your deeper self, which is actually the goal, right? So
Yeah.
that's actually the goal. Um, so when a symbol appears, simply acknowledge it. Don't try to interpret it immediately. Instead, notice how it makes you feel. All right, so there's one change I want to make to this already,
Okay.
which is part of the programming of this is actually you create symbols for feelings. So you create
Okay.
symbols for um like things like land, water, or whatever. But there's also symbols of feelings, which is like,
Yes.
oh, is it squishy? Oh, is it hard? Oh, is it rough? And so that's actually a change that I want to make is that symbols also need to represent um, uh, the feelings, right? So you're creating symbols for things, you're also creating symbols for feelings. Uh,
Well, when you said like hard, squishy, or rough, those don't ring as feelings to me. Those ring to me like tactile sensation.
yes. Well, yes, that is
But
um
they want you to create symbols for that tactile sensation.
so they want symbols for tactile sensation because if you're because that's a descriptor of a thing, right? So the
Okay.
goal is to actually stop describing things with words and describing things with symbols instead. And it's a
Okay.
symbol that comes from your subconscious or is programmed into your subconscious. I think it's probably a bi-directional thing, is my guess. Um,
Okay.
but they also talk about feelings. Like if you're kind of the example in her book was, she was afraid of heights.
Okay.
And so when she would part of the thing was rise up 500 feet in the air, right? Which is an activity to go, to get out of your physical body and get into a subconscious, you know, body that's in the ether, right? So you're not connected to your body anymore. And so what she was talking about was like, she was fearful when she was at the top of when she would rise up 500 feet, because
Yeah.
that's what she's directed to do. So I think that it's both feelings and it's both tactile descriptions. So I think that's a good call out.
So yeah, the feeling is afraid or it's a emotion,
Yeah.
right? So sad, mad, angry, fearful.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So when the simple symbol appears, so that's another change that I want to make is I don't want it to give me symbols during this meditation. I just want to be open to receiving
Okay.
symbols. So, or make it easier to create and interpret symbols is actually kind of a better uh
Okay.
description.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm equating emotions to feelings.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. No,
I'm
you're
not
right. I think feeling is actually the wrong word for
I'm
it.
not I'm
But
not sure what the psychologist would say about that, whether an emotion is a feeling or a feeling is an emotion, if they're one to one, right? Same, same. But but yeah, I think it's good for us to separate the two, the tactile sensations from the feelings or emotions.
yeah, no, that was a brilliant call out. So thank you.
Hmm.
So, all right, so let's, when a symbol appears, directly acknowledge it. Don't try to interpret it. Instead, notice how it makes you feel. Does it bring a sense? And the other piece that like you're doing is there's no goal of creating clarity or peace, right? It's just you're an objective observer. So that's another piece that I want to kind of highlight in the meditation is, you might feel something and that's okay, but we don't want it. The goal is not to feel peace, right? So like kind of the example was in this book was, there are remote viewers who are, searching for murderers or scenes of the crime, right? So
Right,
so if that's kind of the work you're doing, you're not going to feel a sense of peace, right? Like
right,
there's no way to feel peaceful in that.
right.
So I want to make it more objectively focused. All right.
Okay.
So now direct your attention to matters within your control, your daily choices, your responses, creative projects, allow symbols to represent these areas of your life. So I like this here, but I'm not sure
Uh-huh.
it's right for today. Um, so I'm gonna like we'll skip that one, um, but I like this phrase because this is actually kind of what I was divining, right?
Hmm.
So these symbols are tools and bridges between your conscious intentions and your subconscious wisdom. All right, that's very good.
Hmm.
All right, as you continue to meditate, as you continue breathing deeply, imagine these personal symbols becoming clearer and more accessible each time you return to this practice. These are strengthening the connection between your subconscious and subconscious mind, enhancing your natural intuitive abilities. In this relaxed state, current your gently bring to mind a current situation where you'd like more clarity, something within your sphere of influence. Watch as your subconscious mind offers symbols related to the situation. Trust that these symbols carry meaningful insights. So again, going back to the point is, I don't, I just want to be open to receiving the symptoms or open to creating the connection for the symbols. I don't want the symbols today because it doesn't quite feel like the right meditation. It's not the right time for that.
Okay.
Um,
So you're just trying to open your right brain to the possibility for symbols.
exactly. Well, and making it easier to create symbols. Because I will tell you, doing this exercise today, it was actually really hard to think of symbols that might represent a thing, right? So like um man-made smoothness, right? So smoothness was one of their feelings. What is a symbol that represents smoothness, right? So, so I want to be able to come up with symbols that actually um, can relay a concept with ease. So,
Mhm.
all right. So let's see. All right. In this relaxed state, gently bring to mind a current situation where you'd like more. Oh, hold on. All right. So we've talked about that. All right, your right brain is powerful receiver of intuitive information. With each breath, feel this ability growing stronger. The symbols you've discovered today are always available to you, ready to offer guidance when you need it. Bring your awareness back to your physical surroundings. Symbols you've connected with remain accessible, a bridge between your conscious and subconscious mind. Take one final deep breath, allowing yourself to feel centered and clear. When you're ready, please gently open your eyes, knowing you can return to this practice and these symbols when you wish to enhance your intuitive connection. Okay, so first of all, this is way too short, right? So no, this is way too short. Um, please. So I want to remove the pauses because when I do a transcript, like um, Elevenlabs doesn't honor the pauses. So I actually have to manipulate the,
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, if they can read it as and
no,
interpret it as silent time.
no, they've got what you can do in the transcript is you can do dot dot dot, which does a artificial pause. But
Hmm.
I will tell you, it doesn't work 100% of the time. Sometimes I get a dot 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 in
Hmm.
the like
In the
trans
reading.
in the AI generated voice. So
Yeah.
so you can't really do that. So let me, all right. So the pauses, the AI text to voice software I am using doesn't support this. All right, so number two. So um symbols not only feelings, but also tactile descriptions of objects. For example, smooth, rough, etc. Um, so all right. Three, my goal in this meditation is to actually make it easier for my subconscious conscious to um, communicate symbols for things, not actually to create the symbols themselves. So I want to focus on you said it the best way. It was like opening,
The right brain to
receive the
the
symbols.
the possibility of symbols, I think that's what I was saying. You didn't want to necessarily receive the symbols, but just be open to the possibility of receiving symbols. But it's really more about opening or activating your right brain it's kind of a shift from the focusing on left brain activities to right brain activities. Um,
Aspect. Okay. Yep. Right. Brain. All right. So it's really about activating the right brain and focusing on the intuitive aspects of the right brain. Um,
mhm.
and not all right. And then in the meditation, I also want to focus objective observer, um, not really feeling emotions of a situation. So, and I want to give it an example because so it has some context. So, example, there are quote viewers who help solve, um, you know, crimes.
Crimes.
Yeah, crimes. If I could develop that talent, then I don't want to feel the crime. I just want to be observer.
Objective observer, I think was the word that you used.
Yeah, I used it before right here. So
Okay.
to bring criminals to justice. And then I do want to start out with a body scan as well. So
Okay.
um,
Always a good suggestion.
body scan to get my entire being primed for the meditation. And then it skipped on these aspects. So want want to focus on activating these um, powers of right brain. Okay. Do we have any other suggestions or thoughts?
Um, isn't remote viewing one of those powers of the right brain, but you don't necessarily.
Um, no, well, the subconscious is the conduit of remote viewing. Um,
Okay.
so the right brain is really okay, so that's a good point. Let me add another point then to this, which is oh shoot, that's not what I wanted. All right, let's see what
Does the body scan
mm-hmm.
for a couple of paragraphs?
Sitting up through your knees.
Fully relaxed. Visualize right hemisphere. A sophisticated receiving station.
Mhm.
Yeah, like tuning a radio receiver to receive clearer signals. Yeah, this is,
Yeah, this is better. I like it. All right, as you're
yeah,
focused.
this is totally my impression of how our systems work.
Mhm.
We're transmitters and receivers, right? That
Yep.
two-way communication with that spiritual realm.
Yep. All right, I'm just reading through this. Textures.
We
I
have
mean,
inputs and
so far, I
outputs.
think this is actually really good. So,
Yeah,
like a scientist looking through a microscope. I love this. Oh my God. All right, you're
Yep, your right brain is now optimized to receive and process information in multiple forms, symbols, sensations, impressions, and insights. Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah. It did lose some things that I really liked though. All right. So I wanted to, so I think the second version is better. I want to re-add a couple things from the original.
Okay.
Um, so this is excellent update. I want to re-add some items from the first version. All right, so let me go back to the original version. All right, so I just want to highlight a couple things. I
You
liked
like the blank?
the violet
Yeah.
light surrounding your brain.
Did you like that blank canvas?
Um, I did like that. So liked. All right, so on that. Um, so
Oh, this is interesting. It's saying that there's no reason to create them. Those symbols are already the language of your subconscious mind.
mm,
Simply allow them to reveal themselves. Instead of programming your mind to associate the symbols,
mhm.
it's just accessing what is,
Knowing what they are, right?
yeah, knowing and accessing what is already there.
Right. That all right, so I like this, but I want it highlighted that the brain um the brain should know they are and all right, let's see. Okay. I like this phrase. Um altogether. Like
Yeah,
it's a good phrase.
yeah, I noticed that one too. The space between your thoughts is a very powerful place to be in. That way, that's where those insight come.
Yep. All right. Symbol.
And noticing when you're in between those thoughts is a skill to develop.
Well, I'm just trying to get to the other side of the brain.
Right.
And then I can do the pausing between, right? Where you're nowhere,
Hmm.
nothing, no way, no place, no time, no anything, right? So
Yeah, some call it drop. I think the landmark education called it drop, where you just drop everything.
I have never heard that before. Like, so in the Joe Dispenza stuff, he calls it no place, no thing, no time, nowhere. You know, you're like in the ether. So,
Mhm.
um, all
And
right.
every time something comes up, you would just drop it, right? So
Yes.
it's the power of dropping everything. Just one at a time, but everything in total, right?
Where, all right. So I want this tweaked a little bit that where the some emerge uh when identifying how to invest my time energy. This is a tool uh, for that. All right. Let's see. I think this one is pretty much covered. Relax state. Um, I think we've got this one covered. Okay. All
That
right. So
was,
is there any other changes that we want to make?
let's try it.
Okay, let's go. I love Claude. I love the AIs. We had a whole debate about how awful um like AI is, and it's like, or how AI is changing the world in ways
Yeah,
that we humans are not prepared for,
right.
which is 100% true. Um,
Absolutely.
but it's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater, which is like, hey, like someone was talking about like, hey, we've got this horrible problem with microplastics in our like water supply, and it's like, yeah, but we also can get clean water from France delivered to our house through Amazon, right? So it's like,
Exactly.
okay, like there's like pros and cons, like plastics are used for good things in addition to evil things, right? When we
Right.
don't clean up our
Right.
garbage. So
Yeah, we got to figure out a way to clean it up
yes, well,
or a better way of transporting things.
right. Yes. All right. So, okay. All right. Uh, okay. So it gave me three versions. So I think let's go to 11 Labs. Let's go create this. And then we can tweak anything if that we want to. So, all right, let's okay, go to app. I can go to the app. Let me change this a little bit. I don't know why this is happening. It's been really weird the past couple days. Like sometimes I'm clicking on buttons and they're not working. Like,
Hmm.
all right, so let's so I normally create a new project. I probably don't have to do a new project every time, but
It's
I do
okay.
it. So,
Yeah.
all right. So let's create a project. All right. Oh, we need to add your voice. All right. Let me add your voice first. We're gonna add your voice.
I thought I saw it in the drop down.
That's your old voice.
Okay.
It's not the new voice that we created here. So,
Okay.
all right, let's where are the voices? Here we go. All right, so let's add add a voice. How do I add a voice?
Voices on the left.
Maybe hold on, let me there we go. That's on the right.
Oh, okay.
If your screen is not big enough, you can't see all the buttons. Okay,
Gotcha.
so clone your voice with only a few minutes of audio. Brenda, meditation. And let me grab our file.
This is so exciting. I
I
get
know.
to hear my AI voice.
I'm excited for you. Like I can tell you, like,
Yeah.
you're gonna be excited when you see
Yeah.
it. So, all right, we're just gonna do one sample. So, American soothing, American
American woman.
soothing voice for a meditation. All right, Brenda. Do you confirm that I have the necessary rights and consents to upload and clone this voice sample?
Yes.
And we
Yes.
will
I
not
give
create
my
it for
consent.
um, illegal, fraudulent, or harmful
No,
purposes.
just for fun.
All right.
Just for seeking gamma purposes.
Okay. All right. I promise I will not use your voice to go fraud people.
Defraud anybody,
No.
right?
Well, that's like a whole thing. So,
Right. So people are creating voice messages to intimidate people into giving them money or, um, yeah,
yeah. So
threatening.
I went to Esalen this summer, and what they said was there was a couple, their adult daughter was kidnapped.
Yeah,
They heard her voice screaming for help for
yeah,
ransom, and and basically they figured out somewhere along the line that it was fake, but they said it came from her phone number and sounded like her,
yeah.
like
Very,
literally
very
like
convincing.
we are traumatized by a fake experience.
Right.
Like they were still dealing with trauma from that, right?
Yeah.
So like, so yeah. All right. So anyways, so no, I will not kidnap any people
With my voice,
with your
you
voice.
want you
All
want ransoms my voice?
right. I will not. All right. And so so we'll use Brenda's meditation voice. Um I just use this one. And we I don't think let's see. All right. So that's the project. And so this is basically designed to go create like audiobooks is what this specific interface is designed for. So we're kind of using it in a way it's not designed for, but that's okay. So
That's okay.
yeah. All right. So let's all right. So we need to get to the feel the space around your head. So let me copy this one, which is version 2. And then let me go to version 3 and all right. So we are looking for feel the space around and behind your eyes. All right. So this is that. Okay. All right. So that looks pretty good. All right. Emotional detachment. All right. Let me find observation. Let me see where character matters to your control. I'm trying to figure out the right spot of where to put this because it didn't give me the text in the other one.
Imagine your right brain developing new neural pathways.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yes, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Oh, actually, that's not the right spot. You, your right brain creative centers. Oh, okay. Here we go. Object. All right. Let's put it. Let's see where if it fits there. Oh, no, not there. Mm. So this is not a great transition between here. Let's, all right.
You could even just take out that second to the last paragraph. So it
Well,
says
I want to do a little bit more here. I feel like there needs to be 2 paragraphs here about this, not one.
about closing down.
Um, no, about things within your control. So,
Oh, okay.
all
Yep.
right.
before we close down.
Add one more paragraph to uh oh, hold on,
Do the things within your control.
to this paragraph. This seems a little too short and it doesn't transition well to the closing meditation.
It's really amazing just to watch you talk to Claude and ask for what you want and be able to see how you can phrase it in a way that Claude's going to understand.
Yeah. Well, so it's called prompt engineering. It's just,
Mhm.
well, and fortunately, because I've worked in technology my whole career, as you have, like it's easier for me to kind of reverse engineer the AIs is what I would say that I do. Like trying
Yeah.
to give it enough context so that it knows what I'm getting to.
Mhm.
Um, okay. Okay. I think this is pretty good. All right. So let me all right. So we're gonna do that one. Because I want to do it in both of our voices. So I want to do one in yours and in mine. So
Okay.
let me convert chapter and convert. Okay. And there we go. All right, so that's running. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to ask Claude for ideas for music prompts. So, all right. So can you create a um, music prompt for Suno AI that will create for music to match this meditation? Do we have ideas for the music right now, or do we want to just roll and see what happens?
Yeah, we can see what happens.
Okay.
See what Claude comes up with.
All right, let's see what it comes up with.
Yeah, that's much better than a description that I could have done.
Okay.
So
Well, yes. All right, let's go to Suno AI and see what it creates. So, all right, we want to do an instrumental. Oh, all right. It's got to be less than 200 characters. All right. Can you reduce this to 200 characters?
there you go.
There we go. All right, let's see what it does. Calm. Um, we'll just end with calm because apparently
Sounds
it
good.
created more than that. All right, so our right brain meditation is the song we're creating. Oh my God. Click on the X that is between and
It's the second one on the left. Yeah.
oh man, these couches suck. They only hurt the humans. The bots can get.
Yeah, third one.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Okay.
It's really nice. I like that one.
I can't hear it very well. Are you sharing sound or is it just coming?
Oh, I forgot to share the sound when correctly. Let me fix that. Let me stop sharing and then let
Sure.
me share advanced sharing options. Oh no, wait.
Yeah, it should be under advanced sharing options.
Yeah, I forgot to hit that button. Thank you.
No worries.
Stereo. Okay, let's do this one more time. I think that's pretty good. Like it's just nice. Let's see.
It, I didn't hear the singing bowls or
They're
the
probably not going to have singing bowls, so
or the crystalline chimes. Maybe those were in the background. Is that the second one?
yes, this is the second.
Gotcha.
All right. Well,
I
this
think I
one's
like the first one. I like the first one better.
all right. Well, I mean, we can use both of them, so um,
Okay. Oh, right. They're only 2 minutes.
they're only 2 minutes. Let me extend this one.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh, did you like the first one better?
I did.
Oh, CAPTCHA. This is the worst invention
I
ever.
I have never seen this before.
I have never seen that type of CAPTCHA, but like just let me click the button. Like
Right.
like if you want to do that when I'm like submitting um something, I don't know, but yeah. I also like that it has crystals because that's my name. So
Mm-hmm.
all right, so we've got that one. Let's see the part two. All right, that's pretty good.
Oh, there's the crystalline chimes.
All right, let's do the second one. Um,
Yeah, I heard that.
so we can get some chimes going.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I think if the volume is low enough, it'll be fine.
Yeah, well, I have to edit that, so we'll do that. Oh my God. Download. All right, let me go to my downloads folder. No, it hasn't downloaded the second one yet.
This is really generous of you to teach everybody, me included, me especially, teach everybody what happens from the woman behind the curtain, right?
Well, I've realized kind of the power of this. So it's
Yeah,
like,
it's amazing.
yeah, like I could not have done this a year ago, 2 years ago, right? So
Mhm. And you have this whole open source vibe,
I
that
love
that
open source.
you apply to everything. You're like, here's what I got. I want to share it. And I want to share it for free, you know.
Yes. Well, one day I'll figure
So
out how to monetize that. All
so
right. So,
altruistic.
all right. So we've got our voice, we've got our Claude. All right, let's go create our music. So let's see. All right, so this is now converted. So let's download it. Mm, Oh, hold on. How do I download this? Um,
Thought we already converted it.
we did convert it, and I'm trying to figure out how to download it because That's not, okay, maybe, there we go. I just did
There.
button. Okay, there we go. Okay,
Tiny little
yeah,
load button.
I'm happy to get rid of that thing in my white screen in my face
Hmm.
because I do not like white screens. Like, why don't they do dark screen? Um, but what do I know? All right, so now we've got it's downloading the music now. So this is Audacity. So this is an open source music editor. And so we'll go through and add in the audio now. So let's all right. So this is what I do when I am creating this. So all right. So effect. And I do not know if I'm doing this right, but it's been working. So amplify, and I do minus 15 decibels because the audio always turns out too loud.
Hmm.
And then let's add in the second one. And
So
so,
it's funny that you use amplify to reduce it,
well, yeah, they didn't have a
right?
volume. So it's been a whole, they don't make it for normies. They make it for kind of audio specialists.
Audio files.
Yes. All right, effect, volume, amplify, it's 15. Okay. And I just checked to make sure that, nope.
And you overlay. I think we did an overlay.
We do, but let me explain why. Um, all right, so there we go. Um, so I do a couple different things. So I will either get a loopable audio file, which will kind of end seamlessly and start seamlessly. So that's
Hmm.
one thing that I do. And I look on Envato elements for that. So that's one option that I do. And I normally do that for yours. Um, and then if I want to get really creative with the music, what I will do is I will fade it out. So I will overlay this and I'll like slice it
Yeah.
here and then slice it here. So it does that.
Hmm.
Because this was extended, these should be seamless.
Okay, we'll
So,
see.
so we'll see what it does. So let's, oh, I gotta, oh, it's MacBook Pro C. All right, let's see if that works now.
I can't hear it.
Okay, well, you'll have to trust me. It sounds pretty seamless. So,
Okay, no worries.
okay, so that's now done, and let's get my Elevenlabs and see how much. All right, so we've got another. So our meditation ended up to be about 12 minutes, which is a good length. Let's no. Unfortunately, like their software doesn't work very seamlessly. So
Mhm. One more.
yeah, I think so. All right.
Perfect.
And then to split the track and like fade it out, I will split this clip and then click on this. Well, I got to zoom in a little bit so it's a little bigger. So there we go. And then effect, fading, and then I fade out. All right, so that, no, it didn't actually highlight that one. So
I think it did, didn't it?
now I got an error message on a pop-up, so it did not.
Mm,
There we go. There we go. Effect,
okay.
fading,
Fade
fade out.
fade out.
Didn't have it selected. Okay. All right. So let's just check that that these kind of go together seamlessly.
Visualize this right hemisphere of your brain as a sophisticated receiving station.
Oh, that sounds really good.
I like the I like the voice. I like my voice now.
All right. Yay.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
It does
Me?
sound pretty good. Okay. All right. So we've got our audio. All right. So now let's export the audio, and it's going to take a little bit.
Fake me sounds pretty good.
Not
I'm
fake
excited.
you. It's like,
It's 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 my doppelganger.
right. It's your digital self. All right. So, okay. So now let's go create an image on Midjourney. Let's do all
All
the
right.
tools today.
All the tools.
Yeah. All right. Discord.
Giving away all the secrets. Look at you
Well,
go.
I've been sharing all the secrets. I just didn't show them step by step. So, all right. So imagine, all right, let's ask Claude. Let's ask Claude to create a prompt for this. All right.
Right?
Yeah. All right. So Claude, all right. Can you create a mid-journey prompt
From
for this
meditation.
station? Um,
And it gave you two.
They gave me two. Oh, and it got so one of the things I normally have to fix is like the aspect ratio.
Yeah.
They fixed that. So,
Nice. Automatically.
all right. So,
Claude's so smart.
um, which I like the second one better.
Okay.
Um, so let's go with that.
Got the violet symbols,
Mhm. Well, I like
neural
the human
networks.
brain because it didn't really have like, I mean, we could actually test both of them. So,
Yeah,
this
let's
one
try
took a
both of
lot.
them.
Let's do both of them. So,
Yeah.
all right. All right. And then let's do the other one. Imagine. I love the AIs. So,
I see an alien face in your pop-ups and your emojis.
I don't know why it's in there. Like, that's a thing.
I thought you put it in there.
No, no. They just, all right. So those are just brain images. So that's kind of lame.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're okay.
Those are a little better. The second ones are a little better.
Well, it hasn't fully.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so there we go. So we've got either an image of a brain, or we have the image of a person. Um, serene ethereal portrait. Um, I kind of like this one.
I like that one too.
Um,
Um,
I mean, we
but
can change the
I'm not
font.
seeing a whole lot of symbols.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, I like even the left-hand side of that image.
This one.
Yeah, the lower left quadrant.
All right. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. So, open up Claude
How
again.
about if you combine the two? What would it come up with?
Yeah, let's see. Okay, so, um, okay. So I've actually with Claude, I've given it the images and said, hey, I don't like this. So you can
Fix it.
actually, and I said, hey, these are the things I want to fix. So it's actually,
Okay.
so, well, um, all right. These aren't generating, great images. We aren't seeing, uh, geometric symbols, in the rendering. And, also want it more, I'm going to say abstract and ethereal.
Okay.
Ethereal.
And brighter.
Um, all right, let's see what it does. Mhm. All right, let's try the first one and see what it does. Um, it also has a stylized prompt, which I have not used before. So I want to do a little test real quick to see what it does. So
Okay.
see what stylized 1,000 does. So
Go for it.
okay. Um,
Those are better.
yeah,
Is that a face over on the right? It looks like an alien face over on the right.
an alien face over on the right. Uh,
Like top right corner. I thought it was an alien face over on the right, but
oh,
nope. It's just images that are faded.
ooh, I'm
Oh, there we go.
all right. Stylized 1,000 is the winner.
Stylized 1000.
All right, I like version 3. Version 3 is my winner, even though it's not a brain. It's not. Uh,
Right.
yeah. So
That circular one is really good.
yeah, that's the one that I like. So we'll
Yeah.
upscale that one. All right, and save the image. And we are on Seeking Gamma number 13. So
Sweet. Lucky
lucky
13.
13. Okay, there we go. We've got music and um we have awesomeness. Okay,
Meditation.
so now it's
We
time,
have
I think, to get our stuff rolling. So did you
image.
want to do you want to reset your device so it starts over with the
Yeah.
okay. All right, go start your apps. I'm gonna set up my app and we're gonna pull up our beautiful image that my buddy Midjourney created for us. All right, and then
Hoping these are.
get this air server to work. All right. Flow time.
I'm going to use both Flow Time and Muse and see if they'll work together.
You should totally do that.
So, yeah, in this experiment that I'm doing to see the differences between Flow Time and Muse, um, I already captured one that I can send you, and I think Muse fixed their delta brainwave.
Oh,
We
with
opened up
the alpha.
we opened up a ticket because it didn't look like the color scheme was right for the delta. So I think they fixed it because now delta is on the top.
Oh, well, Delta's the problem was on the alpha. Alpha was on the top. Delta is
Right.
all lower.
It was showing alpha on the top, but delta should have been on the top. I'm
Beta should be.
beta.
Yeah.
Beta. You're
Okay.
right. Sorry. Beta is now. I'll have to look again. It might have been Delta. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm back to Muse, see if I can get it. Are you already ready?
No, I'm not ready. I'm trying to figure out how to get Air Server to work again.
Now my Muse is connected.
All right.
All
Well,
right,
let me
I
ask
think
somebody, ChatGPT, how do I get Air Server to work? All right.
Let me know if you want me to share live bio data share.
Um, please try it. I don't know if it's going to work. All right, so I've got Air Server running. So Control Center.
Okay, I just sent it to you.
All right, how do I get access? All right, I don't know how to open Control Server. It's not intuitive to me.
Is that what my thing is telling you to do?
Swipe up from the bottom edge. No, the Air Server is that's what I'm gonna live stream because the server has not been working for me. All right,
Okay.
let's take a look at your. Let's see if it's flatlining again because it was flatlining earlier.
So it's recording. It's
To work, it's just the live streaming that doesn't seem to be working correctly. So
okay.
that's kind of the thing. Yeah, it's so here's what I'm seeing with yours. It's still like flatlined. So
All right.
that's not working.
All right, I'll cancel that. We'll open a ticket with flow time.
Yeah. Click the control center icon.
Okay, because mine looks like it's, can you see it? Can't get it to show. There we go. It's actually recording.
All right, I'm like trying to swipe from the right corner and I can't get it to work. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Not like launched photos. Like, how do I get this to work? I can't open like control center. All right, all right. If in doubt,
That's
read, right? Let me,
that's okay. We can share your bio data.
well, yeah, if I could get the app working. So, but anyways, while I'm rebooting my device, let's look at our beautiful picture created by
So
in Midjourney.
do we want the picture? Can we put the picture full screen?
We can, but the problem is that you and I go away. So,
Oh, you got to get to and you got to get to all of your programs too.
yes. So let me see if I can get this to work. And if not, we'll just share the okay, there we go. I got it now, I think. Okay. Air server. It looks like two stacked switches. There we go.
I'm so excited about this meditation.
I'm excited.
Woo!
All right, hold on. It's oh, it's turned
You
everything
see
dark.
smoke start coming out my ears, you'll know it's working.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I had to pick the wrong, I picked the wrong thing. Okay, so this is now mirroring. All right, flow time. Let's go connect again. Okay, and so we're connected. All right, and I want to move this. I just want to move this so it's a little nicer. Because I like to be able to see our meditations. And then
Yeah.
we'll move the image back and put this in the front. All right. And then you and I are still visible. All right. Are we ready?
Ready?
All right. Let's go. Oh, and then I've got to load up our audio.
Begin by settling into a comfortable position.
There we go.
Take a deep breath in through your nose and release it through your mouth.
Can you hear that
Allow
okay,
your body
Brenda?
to find its natural
I
rhythm of
can.
breathing.
Yeah, the music's a little loud, but that's
Starting
okay.
with your feet,
All right.
bring your awareness to each toe,
All right. Let me restart it
balls of
again
your
because
feet,
I want to.
your arches, and your heels. Begin by settling into a comfortable position. Take a deep breath in through your nose and release it through your mouth. Allow your body to find its natural rhythm of breathing. Starting with your feet, bring your awareness to each toe, the balls of your feet, your arches, and your heels. Notice any sensations present without trying to change them. Let your awareness flow up to your ankles, moving into your lower legs, feeling the muscles of your calves, the bones of your shins. Continue up through your knees, becoming aware of your thighs, both the surface and the deeper muscles. Bring your attention to your hips, your lower back, and your lower abdomen. Feel the weight of your body supported by the surface beneath you. Moving up through your torso, become aware of your mid-back, your chest, and your upper abdomen. Notice your rib cage expanding and contracting with each breath. Bring your awareness to your shoulders, letting any tension melt away. Feel your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, and your wrists. Become aware of your hands, each finger and thumb. Notice the temperature of the air against your skin. Your arms now feel heavy and relaxed. Direct your attention to your neck, your throat, and up into your face. Become aware of your jaw, your cheeks, your nose, your forehead, and your scalp. Feel the space around and behind your eyes softening. Now that your body is fully relaxed and aware, imagine a soft, violet light surrounding your head, particularly concentrated around the right side of your brain. This healing violet light represents the awakening of your intuitive centers, your natural psychic abilities, and your creative potential. As this light grows stronger, it activates neural pathways associated with these inherent abilities. Visualize this right hemisphere of your brain as a sophisticated receiving station. It has always been capable of receiving information beyond your 5 physical senses, and now you're simply optimizing its natural capabilities. Like tuning a radio to receive clearer signals, you're fine-tuning your right brain to receive intuitive information more clearly. Now, visualize a blank canvas floating in front of your mind's eye. This is your personal space for symbolic communication. As you observe this canvas, notice how symbols begin to emerge naturally. They might be geometric shapes, abstract patterns, or images that hold personal meaning for you. Your subconscious mind already knows the meaning of these symbols. They are part of your inner language, waiting to be acknowledged by your conscious mind. Focus now on the space between your thoughts, the quiet realm where intuition speaks. In this space, notice how certain symbols feel more significant than others. These are your personal signposts, your unique vocabulary for communicating with your deeper self. Your subconscious mind has already created this symbolic language. You're simply becoming aware of it now. Now that your body is fully relaxed and aware, imagine a warm golden light beginning to illuminate the right hemisphere of your brain. This light represents the awakening of your intuitive centers, your natural psychic abilities, and your creative potential. The light grows stronger, activating neural pathways associated with these inherent abilities. Visualize this right hemisphere of your brain as a sophisticated receiving station. It has always been capable of receiving information beyond your 5 physical senses, and now you're simply optimizing its natural capabilities. Like tuning a radio to receive clearer signals, you're fine-tuning your right brain to receive intuitive information more clearly. As you focus on this receiving station, understand that you're not creating anything new. You're simply enhancing your brain's natural ability to receive and process subtle information. Your right brain already knows how to communicate through symbols, images, sensations, and impressions. You're simply becoming more consciously aware of this natural process. Imagine your right brain developing an increased sensitivity to all forms of information: visual, tactile, spatial, and intuitive. When information comes through, you'll notice not just emotional impressions, but also precise physical sensations, textures like smoothness or roughness, temperatures, densities, and spatial relationships. These sensations will come to you as objective data, free from emotional attachment. Picture yourself developing the capacity to observe information with complete emotional detachment, like a scientist looking through a microscope. You're developing the ability to receive and process information while maintaining a state of neutral observation. This is particularly important when dealing with challenging or difficult information. You remain an objective witness, gathering data without becoming emotionally involved. Your right brain is becoming increasingly adept at pattern recognition, seeing connections and relationships that might not be immediately apparent to others. This enhanced pattern recognition extends beyond visual information to include subtle energies, distant impressions, and non-local awareness. Now, imagine your right brain developing new neural pathways specifically designed for symbolic communication. These pathways act like clear channels through which your subconscious mind can send information to your conscious awareness. You're not creating the symbols. You're simply optimizing the pathways through which these symbols can travel. Your right brain is becoming more sensitive to subtle impressions about places, objects, and situations. When you choose to access this ability, you'll receive clear, objective information uncolored by emotion or personal interpretation. Like a high-definition camera, your right brain captures details with pristine clarity while maintaining emotional distance. Visualize your right brain's creative centers being enhanced, but in a focused, practical way. This creativity serves as a tool for problem solving and understanding, especially in areas where you can take meaningful action. Your enhanced creativity helps you recognize patterns, make connections, and discover solutions that were previously hidden from view. Your intuitive abilities are becoming sharper, more refined. When you choose to access these abilities, you receive clear, accurate impressions about situations, places, or objects. This information comes to you as neutral data, precise, detailed, and objective. As your psychic sensitivity increases, you maintain perfect emotional boundaries. You're able to receive information while remaining completely detached, like a skilled professional viewing events through a lens. This emotional neutrality ensures the accuracy and reliability of the information you receive. Your right brain is now optimized to receive and process information in multiple forms: symbols, sensations, impressions, and insights. These come to you with increasing clarity and precision, free from emotional distortion. You're becoming more adept at recognizing and interpreting this information while maintaining the perspective of an objective observer. Remember, these abilities are natural aspects of your right brain's capabilities. Through this practice, you're simply becoming more consciously aware of them and developing greater skill in their use. You're not creating these abilities, you're awakening what has always been present. Take a moment to integrate these optimizations. Feel the enhanced capabilities of your right brain, the sharpened intuition, the refined psychic sensitivity, and the focused creativity. Know that you can access these abilities while maintaining perfect emotional detachment and objectivity. Now, direct your attention to matters within your control: your daily choices, your responses, your creative projects. Allow symbols to emerge that represent the best use of your time and energy. These symbols are tools, bridges between your conscious intentions and your subconscious wisdom, helping you identify where to invest your precious resources for the greatest impact. Your subconscious mind can guide you toward optimal choices through these symbolic messages. These symbols may appear as shapes, colors, textures, or patterns that represent different aspects of your life's potential paths. Some might indicate opportunities for growth, while others might signal areas where conservation of energy is wise. Trust that your subconscious mind will provide clear, objective information about which paths deserve your attention and which ones you can release as you encounter decisions in your daily life. These symbols will become reliable indicators, helping you navigate choices with enhanced clarity and precision. Your right brain now serves as an efficient filter, using these symbolic messages to help you allocate your resources wisely and move confidently toward your highest potential. When you're ready to conclude this meditation, take a deep breath and bring your awareness back to your physical body. Feel the surface beneath you. Become aware of the space around you. Know that the enhancements you've made to your right brain's capabilities remain active and available whenever you choose to access them. Slowly begin to move your fingers and toes, gently reawakening your body. When you feel ready, open your eyes, knowing that your right brain is now optimized for receiving and processing intuitive information with clarity, precision, and objective detachment.
Okay.
So let's
Wow.
get comfortable in our seats, creating our meditative space.
Our old. All right.
What is that one? That's the old
Oh,
one.
that's the one from last week. So
Okay.
it just auto
Yeah.
played. So
So I liked my voice a lot better. That was really good. It
yeah,
was
there
it
was a
was
couple
really
things
low.
that I forgot. I forgot to double track it. And then the
That's-
other thing that I forgot to do, which I normally do, is when I create my AI meditations, I actually slow down to like
Yeah,
95%. So
yeah.
as opposed to the normal rate.
It
So
was kind
those
of
are two things
fast.
that I forgot. It was a little bit fast. So we'll
It's okay though.
next weekend for next
Yeah.
episode. Um,
Yeah, we can talk about double tracking next time.
yeah.
I'm going to end, right? End my meditation.
Oh, that's fascinating. I have
Yeah.
never seen a chart like this before.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, so like you see all of the brain waves like going down. So I was in some sort of calm state where my subconscious was listening, turning off all of the dials on my conscious brain.
I had 23% coherence.
Awesome. Yeah, my coherence was like 8%, which is and I'm not getting a lot of coherence in my meditations. So but yeah, so I had 14% gamma, which is pretty high, 38% beta, which is I'm normally between high uh 30s or low 40s. Alpha was a little higher. Theta was about the same, and delta was about the same. So I'm normally between 4 and 6% on delta. Although I have to admit I was a little bit distracted with this one because I couldn't hear the music very well. So
The music was really high, was very loud for me,
uh
and my voice was very low.
yeah, your voice was very low in yours. So I should have also amplified your voice, or we should get another recording that's a little bit louder. But when I remix it for the video, I'll tweak the audio so it's double tracked and stuff. So you can get a good meditation voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can you send me that meditation?
I'll send it to you. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to send you my flow time and my muse. Let's see.
All right. Let me ask my buddy Claude. All right. Okay. Um, mm, mm,
And we
Using
should be able to see the
oh
correlation better with the um, beta brainwaves.
yeah. Okay. Let me using this transcript. So let me all right. Brenda has he heard in white.
Looks like my flow time cut off by itself.
Um no, well, no, it looks right. So
No, I mean my headset like turned off when I was done.
oh yeah, when it's done, it does actually auto turn off. I've noticed that as well.
The
Um
muse the muse does not. The muse will stay on
until you turn it off. Yeah.
until you
I
cut it off.
actually liked that as a feature. I thought it was good that it turned it off because most although I think it does turn off after a couple minutes because sometimes I'll have to stop the meditation then restart it. Um
Hmm.
so so I think it works. I think it's designed, I think the flow time is designed pretty well. So
Yeah, that way it saves battery.
yeah. Um, all right. So
Right. What do we get?
yeah, give me one sec. I'm just putting this in. Let me You can watch me type. All right. So, so that one is yours. Um, I don't want to do the analysis for between the muse yet because I want to
Okay.
let me grab the screenshot of this one. Okay. Copy.
I was in and out, like almost dozing. I haven't had a lot of sleep this week, so
Right.
it's really great when you can kind of straddle that line of sleep and not sleep and really get some good insight there.
Okay. So let's see. Looking at both sessions, let's break down the brainwaves. So Brenda, you were 42% average. I was 38% average. So
That
I made,
was beta, right?
yes. Yep. Um, so stop showing so much noise. All right. So
So you won again.
I'm two for two, or two for 13.
I think you're three. I think this is the third time you've beat me on beta.
I'm not sure. So alpha, we're both the same.
Okay.
For theta, you had 17%, I had 19%. So my higher theta suggests deeper meditative states. Delta,
Good.
they're pretty similar, so I don't want to ascribe anything to a 1% difference.
Uh-huh.
Although I guess I'll ascribe winning to my 2% difference here. Uh, and then
Yeah.
uh, so we're actually pretty similar, minus the differences in the beta, but I would argue the beta isn't that much different.
Our gamma is both pretty high though. I mean, like 13 and 14%. 13% is high for me.
Let me go to my Google sheet and see because I've been ranging um in my drive, so or in my theta. Um,
Mhm.
so let's see, seeking gamma. In my folder. There we go. Okay.
Neither of us entered very deep sleep-like states, right? I was kind of
Yeah, that's
in,
not shocking.
in and out, not completely asleep, but drifting. I was definitely drifting towards sleep.
So what
I thought we'd get something under Delta for that healing because we were healing that purple violet light was healing
Mhm.
the right side of the brain.
Yeah, yeah, I would think that they actually have a left-right measurement if you do a live stream. Um,
Ah,
But the problem is they don't show the chart for it. So the data is there for left versus right.
okay.
When I was doing something earlier today where I was just trying to meditate and just focus on the right side of my brain.
Hmm.
And what I'll say is I didn't notice a lot of difference between the left and right. I mean, if you look at the sensors in this, there's
Hmm.
only there's four sensors in there. So there's one, two, three, hold on, sorry. Uh, one, two, three, and then four. And then
Hmm.
this one measures, and then there's a sensor that measures your heart rate. So that's how they capture the heart rate variability.
That's
So
the one that looks like a camera.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, so what I would say is I am about the same as I normally am. So I'm normally Um, beta was a little bit lower than last week. Um, alpha is a little bit higher, theta a little higher, gamma is a little lower than last week. But delta is a little higher. So actually, based off from the Anna Wise book, right? What she talks about is when you connect to delta, then you are actually tapping into your subconscious. So that's what
Mhm.
she claims in her book. And so my delta was a little bit higher than last week. So that's fascinating. It's only 2% difference, but it's interesting data point. All right, so
Yeah.
let's I want to grab your image from Muse, because I also want to see what
I think they fixed that beta color scheme.
yes, now it's
And now it's green, I think.
no, now now Delta's the biggest one. No.
Now,
All right, so let me
yeah, I was
yeah,
thinking
Delta's the biggest one. It should be beta.
it should be beta.
They picked the wrong color.
They fixed the wrong one.
Go reopen your ticket and tell them.
Okay. All right.
All
Yeah,
right.
and I
Um,
can send them my new side-by-side data.
yeah, that would be good. Yeah, so I'm guessing this. So what's interesting about this one is this one's a little smoother than what I've seen with
Yeah.
yours.
Mm-hmm.
So the other piece of departure on this is if you look at the time scale, we don't have the full time. And what I've noticed is that when you collapse a 20-minute meditation into kind of a small screen, which is what we're doing, what
Mm-hmm.
often happens is it's really jaggedy, and in reality, it's pretty smooth. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, but definitely they did not fix their
Didn't fix the right color.
they did not fix the right color. So I'm pretty sure your delta is not your highest metric.
It's supposed to be my beta.
Yeah. But you had um high calm scores, so you're at
I
40.
did.
You didn't have that many birds,
I only
but
had 7 birds.
the music was a little distracting. Like I didn't quite
Mm.
master it correctly, so I think that might be why. But anyways, all right, let's copy image. All right, so let's look and see if there's any other um
Work on reducing beta slightly while keeping gamma stable.
mhm.
They want us to keep gamma stable. Why would we want to keep gamma stable? I would think we would want to keep gamma going up, like those spikes.
Um, yeah, I mean, like the way that these devices are measuring, it's all a relative. Um, it's what they are measuring specifically is the hertz of your brain, like the
Hmm.
electricity in your brain and the frequency of that. And so, like, gamma is super high frequency and beta is like next to that. And like delta is like the lowest, like, oh, I'm like unconscious kind of state.
Okay.
So that's kind of how these devices work to measure the brain waves. I'm not a scientist or anything. Um, well, at least not this type of scientist, but
Hmm.
yet. Oh, but we're learning it as
Yeah.
we um so
Both
I mean
sessions.
for so what would actually happen is if we reduce our beta and increase our gamma, you'll see that in the changes. So
So look at number 3, notable observations. Both sessions show evidence of active right brain engagement through the gamma theta combinations.
all right, that's actually interesting. So please clarify this comment.
Number 3.
Uh this comment.
Explain
You
what
can
you mean by number 3.
please explain your analysis. We've never gotten anything that has said something like that. So,
Right?
okay. So, we specifically look at the relationship between gamma and theta waves because they suggest different but complementary aspects of right brain activity. Um, right. So theta waves at 19% and 17% in Brenda is associated with intuition, creativity, and receptiveness, which is what I gave it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep,
indicate
to be open to that possibility. And
access.
I think the canvas exercise, that blank canvas exercise, was where I got that theta waves.
Oh, what's fascinating in mine, because I had that weird drop at
Mm-hmm.
like 5 minutes in, which I've seen a drop like this before, but not on a regular basis. But you see
Mm-hmm.
this kind of dropping down like
It's
that.
significant.
It is very significant. And it was only for like, um, it was across a 3 minute period. So, um, yeah, anyways, all right, let's get back to get, all right, squirrel. Here we go. All right. So,
Well, we want to get back to that too, though, that dip.
yeah,
So,
yeah. All right. So gamma waves so this is common in meditative states where the right brain is more active. So this is something where I would, you know, like the AI tools aren't there yet, but this is something where like I would say, hey, please specify what studies you have noticed, right? Like they don't have good attribution on their data sources today.
mm,
Um, like sometimes they do, and sometimes they just wholly make up things called hallucinations. So, I wish I could verify this and fact check this. Like, where's your sources for that?
mm-hmm.
Because to me, it doesn't quite feel right. Where it's like, oh, well, I'm not sure where you got that data point from. Because I
Yeah,
found it a bunch of stuff about right brain, so it might be inventing stuff for right
yeah,
brain. So that to me, that thing has a little bit of like, I'm not sure if it's hallucinating or not. Um,
skeptical.
yeah. And then, all right. So gamma waves at 14% and 13 in Brenda's linked to high level information processing, insights and aha moments, and heightened state of perception and consciousness. And the
Integration.
combination and relative balance of these waves is interesting because, um, number one, I maintain slightly higher percentages of both. These waves stayed relatively stable in your session compared to Brenda's, which my brain waves were actually more stable than normal. Mine are regularly kind of jumping around, so that was interesting.
Except for that dip. Yeah.
Well, but it's still a slow dip as opposed to like it uh it was a slow dip. It wasn't like a kind of
Okay. Jagged.
yeah. And it didn't you kind of see a little bit of jaggedness in like over here,
Yeah,
but
when you came out of it.
yeah. So starting out it was pretty smooth though is what I would say. And my brainwaves, if I do a transcendental meditation, it is a smooth chart is what I would say. So
So I want to do one of those. So put that on our list.
okay.
Yeah.
You can do that. Um, Oh, there was a guy on Reddit who was harassing me for talking about transcendental meditation when I didn't know that much about it. I'm
What?
going to ask him if he wants to join our channel and see if he wants to be the expert and describe it to our audience. So let me
Oh
find
my
that
gosh.
because my point in the comment was that there's lots of different meditations that do lots of different things. You don't have
Mhm.
to choose one. I'm inventing my own, right? And
Right.
so yeah, and he was like just nasty about it, and I was like, like people have different problems. Um if you are doing like bodily healing,
Hmm.
do transcendental meditation for that, right? Um, in um, in the Vipassana retreat, what they say is people who have psychosomatic conditions can often be healed by doing that. But again, you're
Hmm.
not focusing on healing your body. So it's just a different experience. And you might have a side effect, but they don't claim that you're going to go do that. If you go to a Joe Dispenza retreat, he's claiming that you can go heal all of your problems and manifest money and all of this stuff and
Right.
just by doing meditations, right? So there's a lot of different, we'll just say, I don't want to call them truths, but
Schools
perspective
of thought. Schools of thought. Yeah.
philosophies. Yeah, so a lot of different philosophies on it. And so far, my lottery ticket manifestation has not worked.
Well, you got to play to win.
Yes. Well, I've stopped playing because I was losing. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a different game. I gotta find a different game that favors me winning. So,
All
and
right.
the lottery is not one of those things. So, anyways, um, all right. So, this combination success suggests that the meditation was successful in engaging right brain functions while maintaining conscious awareness, exactly what we were aiming for, with this meditation's focus being an objective observer while accessing intuitive abilities. All right, oh, would you like me to explain any other wave combination? So let's say yes, please. See what else it
That's always a good prompt. Yes, please. Easy enough.
All right, beta alpha ratio is important for conscious intuition. All right. Your lower beta with the same alpha suggests better balance between alert awareness and um, relaxation. This combination is ideal for maintaining objective observation while accessing intuitive information. Theta
Higher,
delta. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, under theta delta, the higher theta without increased delta is excellent.
All right.
Excellent for what?
Let's see why. Oh, it says it's actually the next bullet point. That shows that you achieved deeper meditation without drifting towards sleep. So when you
Okay.
sleep, the delta is actually theta and delta are your brain waves that are most active at night. So that's actually why. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. All right. Supports active in so this pattern supports active intuitive processing while maintaining consciousness. The alpha theta bridge, both sessions maintain good proportions between alpha and theta. The bridge state is crucial for translating intuitive insights into conscious awareness, maintaining awareness of symbolic communication, and accessing right brain information while staying alert.
That's funny because I don't remember any of my intuitive insights. Like I was so close to sleep that I didn't, it's
I
like I
didn't
forgot it. Like I
I
woke up
didn't
and forgot.
have any intuitive insights, but I was because I'm trying to empty my brain, right? So
Right.
like, so I didn't have any other than noticing some of the problems with my audio engineering. So
Mm,
it's like, oh, that's not, oh, I forgot that. Oh, I forgot that. But anyways, um, all right. So, considering how distracted I was, I'm gonna book this as a super win because I was
yeah.
a little distracted. So,
Great success. And we wanted to get back to your dip. Can you
um,
ask about your dip?
yeah. All right. Can you talk about the patterns from minutes 3 through 6, where a dip in all brainwaves?
And do you need to ask about crystals specifically? Because mine
Uh,
didn't have
for
those tips.
crystal for
Yeah.
my chart. Um, dark background, it knew it was mine. Yay!
Mhm.
Beta shows the most pronounced dip, which is true.
Okay.
Alpha, similar downward trajectory. Gamma was decreasing, but less dramatically, which is right. Let me That one's yours. Let me pull up mine on the side so we can take a look at it while we're looking at this. So. Okay. So gamma was decreasing, but less dramatically. So gamma was actually pretty stable through the whole thing and kind of increasing at the end. Uh,
But it followed the same pattern. It took a dip there too.
it did, but it's not as dramatic. It's pretty
Hmm.
much about like it's a little bit different, but not a lot. Um,
Hmm.
So interestingly enough, it occurs around the time in the meditation where we transition from body scan to right brain activation.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought it was that healing the right brain, the
Yeah.
the violet light and then the canvas.
Hmm.
Were those around the same time?
Um, I actually don't remember. I can play the 3 minutes.
That's okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go redo the meditation in my voice and do this again because I want to see
Okay.
it.
See if
But
there's a difference, right?
right. But anyways, okay. Um, so I'm going to take this at face value that this might be true. I'm not sure its timing is right. But
Okay.
it it sounds about right is actually what it is.
It does, right? Body scan to right brain activation.
Yeah, so it sounds right, but I'm not 100% sure. Simultaneous decrease across all frequencies indicate a mental reset or clearing of the mind, transition point in consciousness, brain reorganizing its activity pattern. So I'm gonna give myself a high five there.
Yes.
I think
I'll give you a high five.
yes. Um,
Beautiful.
What's particularly notable after this dip is the brain begins to stabilize. They show more coherent patterns. There's better separation between different frequencies. Theta waves start to show more prominence relative to beta. Um,
Check that number one. Your brain was effectively clearing the mental workspace. Beautiful.
yes, I love it. All right. You're releasing analytical thinking. Your brain was preparing for different type of processing. And you may have been at a point where you transitioned from active concentration to receptive awareness. Um,
You did it.
yeah, all right. I'm gonna book
So,
away.
so next time, are we going to get symbols?
Yeah, let's work on some symbols, shall we?
Yeah, let's get those symbols coming up.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Well, we will
Talk
work
to the subconscious.
onto the subconscious. So, okay, cool. Is there any other questions we want to ask Claude before we close out our show for today?
I'm good.
Okay.
We could ask Claude next time to create a meditation to bring those symbols up.
Um, let me let me think about how we want to do that. So, because I'm kind of reading this book along the way and I haven't gotten to the symbols part of it yet.
Okay,
Um, and for anyone interested, I'll post the link to the book. I don't remember offhand what the book name was, but it's free on Kindle Unlimited, so I got it. And
great.
so yeah. Um, so anyways, awesome.
So
Well,
fun.
so
So fun.
fun.
Thank you,
Yeah. All
Crystal.
right. Thank
And
you.
thanks for sharing all of your technical expertise and teaching us how to do this for ourselves. That's really beautiful. I really love your giving spirit and your willingness to share.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think when you have abundance of things, then you should share them. And I have an abundance of how do you create things. So
Technical knowledge,
so
useful technical knowledge that
yeah,
we are applying to our lives. It's
yeah,
wonderful.
yeah, totally. All right. Thank you.
Have a good night. See you next time.
Yep.